What's up, guys? In this video, if you give me 10 minutes, I'm going to give you WWE Money in the Bank 2021. Let's do this. What is going on out there, world? It's your boy Tommy on the spot for Watch Along Wrestling. Hopefully everyone is doing well and staying safe. And my lord, I came on just 2 days ago. I said, hey, I'm going to give you guys reviews in 10 minutes. I'm going to appreciate your time. I'm going to make sure I can get all this in 10 minutes. And then WWE's just blown it out the box. They came at us with so much that I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes. And I think I can. But my word. Before we get there, if it's your first time visiting the channel, you know the drill. Give a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And we've been on these little updates here. Really feeling the WWE at least, and certainly will soon add AEW to this since the fans have been back. It has been so much fun. Just wrapped up a very fun Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It is like after 3 a.m. here. I'm running on fumes, and for me to start a show, because of Peacock, it's the most annoying thing in the world. I am not somebody who's unfortunately usually around to watch a show live, and with Peacock, you have to watch your show live from start to finish, or you've got to watch the show after the entire broadcast is over. So it's a 3.5 hour damn show, and I couldn't start it till at midnight. So it's ridiculous. I'm gonna be exhausted for work tomorrow, but so worth it. Such a good show. I had so much fun watching this show from start to finish. So let's get into it right now with our 10-minute review from start to finish. Of course, the biggest news coming out of this show, if you have not seen it, if you don't want spoilers, turn it off right now. The champ, John Cena, is back in WWE. C Nation, rise up. Unbelievable. Shows up at the end of the show after Roman Reigns and Edge absolutely killed it. A great match, great main event, over 30-minute match there. Give Edge a lot of credit. You forget this guy's almost 50 years old at this point, and they just brought it. So much fun. I thought the match was great. Roman gets on the mic. He says, now it's time for everyone to acknowledge me. I'm getting a little nervous here because I've heard the Bill Goldberg rumor. So part of me was like, gosh, am I up till 3 a.m. to watch Bill Goldberg show up here and give us that WrestleMania 36 match that we never got? Thankfully, though, that was not the case. Instead, it was John Cena returning for the first time WWE TV since the beginning of the pandemic. And since last time we saw him, Firefly Funhouse, he just disappears entirely. Shows up here. What an incredible moment. The crowd absolutely loses their mind. I think they forgot they hated the guy. They were so excited. He was so amped up. He gets there. He's bouncing up and down with his "my time is now," and he was just awesome. He looked great. Gets in the ring. Him and Roman stare down. And if this was WrestleMania, both of the guys would have kind of turned a little bit and peeked up at that WrestleMania sign. But instead, we're in the middle of the summer. WWE has kicked things into high gear, and we are getting ready on the road to Summerslam. Such a cool moment. If you're going to go find anything that you want on this show, you should really watch a lot of this show. Now, hopefully at the end of our review here today, you'll see that, because I think this show was so freaking good. But that being said, make sure it's this return. Big time stuff here from John Cena, him and Roman. Roman at this point looking like just untouchable. Cena comes out, big stare down, fade to black, and they announced after the show that John Cena will open Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Or tonight, because it's freaking 3 a.m. here. But yeah, so much fun. Such a cool moment. Great to see John Cena back where it belongs, in a WWE ring. I just love this. As for the match itself, as I said, really good stuff between Roman and Edge. Lots of interference. Usos came down. They were chased off by the Mysterios. Rollins eventually got involved, so they're going to be going with Seth Rollins and Edge, which makes a lot of sense. 2 major main events already on tap for SummerSlam, but really good stuff there. Edge spearing Roman through the barricade. Roman going through the barricade a couple of times. Great stuff there from Roman and Edge. I guess we'll go backwards here, because the men's Money in the Bank match was absolutely incredible. In my opinion, this match actually was the best match of the night. It was very close with another match, which I'm going to get to in a second, but this was such strong stuff. 8 guys just absolutely killing it. These guys went completely bonkers. It's like they were saving all their bumps for the last year and a half, and they were like, screw this, we're going to go balls to the wall and give you every single thing we have, and they all brought it. The winner of the match, Big E, which was such a cool moment. Big E gets up there, huge adulation from the crowd, going nuts. He hits his finish on Rollins off the ladder that just looked absolutely incredible. The big ending there. really good stuff. But all 8 guys here killed it. Kevin Owens is a madman. I really hope he's okay. He took some sick bumps here. He went through the ladder, but it looked ugly when he did. He took one where he fell directly on kind of the side of the ladder there. That was way too much, and I give Owens a lot of credit. The guy's a family man, but he gives every single thing he has, every single match out, and tonight was absolutely no different. Ricochet looked great in this match as well. Matter of fact, I thought Ricochet had a shot to win this thing at a couple different parts. He looked really, really strong here. He does everything with such ease that you forget how tough everything he's doing is. But I thought Ricochet looked great. I thought all the guys looked great. I really did think towards the end it was going to be Rollins. Ends up being Big E, and a really cool moment there. Crowd really took that in, really got some time to celebrate that, and it was really seen as the big moment that it should have been. Right before this, by the way, got to give a little kudo. The stuff going on with Rick Boogs, Nakamura, and Riddle before the match actually started, with the 3 of them doing the Randy Orton entrance. This was like a new wave version of the Edge and Christian kazoos. That's what it reminded me of. It was so funny. Go out of your way if you can on YouTube to find this clip. You've got Boogs playing electric guitar there. Riddle's rocking out, screaming the lyrics to Randy Orton's song, and then Nakamura throws up the old Randy Orton pose just for good measure. This was really funny stuff, and I got a big kick out of it. Right before this match, since we're going in reverse order, why the hell not? Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. This was the match that was supposed to be at WrestleMania 36 in front of a live crowd. It was unbelievable. This was Charlotte Flair's just in case you forgot who the hell I am moment. I mean, it was amazing. This match here and the men's Money in the Bank, those were such great matches, such great psychology with Charlotte and Rhea, where Charlotte was really trying her best to kind of do everything she could, throw everything at Rhea, and to beat her kind of fair and square straight up, only to finally lose it a little bit, get her leg caught in the steps there, before finally going in to the figure 8, and Rhea having no choice but to tap out. Really strong stuff. I got a big kudos for both these women. They absolutely killed it out there. But yeah, Charlotte Flair wins the match. Crowd was really into Charlotte. People were way behind Charlotte, actually more so than I was even expecting. They went nuts for Charlotte Flair. People hugging each other when she won the match. It came out of nowhere. I didn't know the crowd was so into Charlotte, and I thought Rhea had some much more love there from the crowd, but the crowd was really into Charlotte, and this was a reminder that she's one of the best women in the entire world. Rhea was right there with her, but I thought it was a masterclass from Charlotte Flair. Really strong stuff. Another match here that I was looking forward to, and, this was the match where if they gave us this match originally when Kofi Kingston fought Brock Lesnar, I don't know if people would have had as big a problem with it. Ends up being basically a complete squash match. Bobby Lashley going against Kofi Kingston, and pretty much pillar to post, just beat the piss out of Kofi. I mean, not much you could say here. Kofi got a couple of hope spots. They showed that, Kofi knew he was overmatched, so he had to kind of juke and jive and make sure he was able to use his speed here. Told a good story, but at the end of the day, Lashley was just too much. Lashley is on another level right now. You have 2 dominant heel champions on both Raw and SmackDown, and I guess to a lesser extent NXT as well with Karrion Kross, but unreal. I mean, let Lashley, sorry, Kevin, it's almost 3 a.m., cut me a little slack. But Lashley just destroyed Kofi basically from the start of it, and it was really interesting that's the way they went with it. But they're building up Lashley for big things. I'm a little nervous about what those big things are, but at the end of the day, I thought this match told a good enough story. I'd like to see a little more for Kofi to get, but it was just not to be tonight. Hopefully they haven't given up on the idea of Kofi being thrown back into the world title picture, because the crowd was really behind him. I think they would have really loved it, but Lashley just looks so dominant and such a badass heel, especially as he's destroying Kofi. He's shushing the crowd going nuts for it, and it was really, really interesting. So Lashley, a total squash over Kofi Kingston. Moving right along, another solid match, AJ Styles and Big Omis taking on the Viking Raiders. I thought the match was good. I think Viking Raiders are really underrated in the ring. Omis has still got a lot of work to do, but he's getting better each time. And I think that him and AJ have a really unique chemistry together that I really had a good kick out of. So Omis and AJ keep the titles and continue their reign as tag champs. It started the show with the women going for the women's Money in the Bank match. And at the end of the day, almost a superhero, but Nikki ASH, if you will, was able to overcome the odds there. Everyone kind of battling it out on the ladders. Everyone's fighting each other Nikki was able to see this and kind of seize the moment, just kind of walk right up the ladder, take the briefcase, and away we go. Interesting that the crowd was not really too behind the Alexa Bliss stuff at all. Anytime Alexa did anything, they booed her pretty heavily. So that I thought was interesting. I thought people would be much more behind her, but that was not to be. I guess I'll give you guys a little of the kickoff show too, as we were able to make it through our 10 minutes. The Usos winning the tag titles over the Mysterios. Didn't think they'd switch the titles, but they did so here. So the Bloodline has all the belts. And a great moment, backstage interview with Roman Reigns and the Usos, where Roman kind of looks over at Jay and he says, "You wouldn't be here if it weren't for me." And he looks over at Jimmy and he's like, "And you?" And the crowd kind of chuckles at it. But at the end of the day, you know, Jimmy Uso going through a real tough time here. Hopefully gets his act together here, or gets the help that he very clearly does need in moving forward. But I thought that was an interesting deal there. But yeah, the Bloodline moving forward with all 3 titles now. Usos, again, your World Tag Team Champions. This match I didn't get to see too much of because I'm not even sure if the kickoff show is available via Peacock on demand. I haven't seen it on there at all. Peacock continuing to disappoint me. Just when they start to get back on my good side because they add some confidential on there, they continue to let me down when it comes to these live shows. I can't be the only one who, especially during the summer, is not available to sit down and watch these shows live. So I've gotta be in for the long haul. But if there's one show that I will be seeing live, it will be Summerslam. I'll get to that on a later date. Until next time, everybody, let me know what you thought of the show. I thought it was awesome. Such a good show. One of the best Money in the Bank shows in a really long time. 2019 was a good one too, but this might have been the best Money in the Bank since the 2011 show. It was that good. So hopefully you guys also thought the same. And I thought that men's Money in the Bank ladder match might have been the best Money in the Bank ever. And I mean, eight men certainly didn't have a detriment like I thought it would when I originally said that I'd prefer 6, because those guys all killed it and it ended up being a really strong match. That is going to do it for me. I got to get whatever Z's I can possibly muster up here because I have work in just a couple hours. But it was worth the sacrifice. This was a really fun show. Hopefully you guys thought so too. I'll see you guys in the next video.